Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
You are listening to the Brilliance Business Show, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler, and today we have a wonderful guest, Bolutiwi. Bolutiwi is the essence magnifier, and our topic today is dazzle without the frazzle. I'm looking forward to this, Bolutiwi. Welcome to Brilliance Business Show.
Mark, thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure, and I love your show, ever so inspirational.
Thank you so much. Before I get started, I just need to make a legal disclaimer that Bolutiwi is not offering legal advice or legal assistance. So let's get started with the show. Bolutiwi, can you share with our listeners a little bit about yourself and your business?
Yes, Mark. I'm an ex-corporate, and I'm now what I call a philantropreneur. And what it was is that I used to basically pride myself in being a perfectionist. And this basically led to me working with the intensity of a Formula One driver. And unfortunately, the dedication of a doctor on call and the combination of those two things basically led me to burnout.
Yes.
You can imagine. And basically what happened was when I did burn out and I crashed and I burned, that was a very painful experience, as you can imagine. But from that pain was born the desire to inspire and support other high-achieving women to really tune into their essence so they could dazzle without the frazzle.
I hear you, Bolutiwi. Being a perfectionist is a good quality, but at the same time, it can also be a bit of a stressing as well. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and it can get in the way sometimes, but there's nothing wrong with being a perfectionist. It shows that you care about your work and you want to do a good job. Who are your customers, Bolutiwi, and who do you serve?
I love that question, Mark, because you said, who do I serve? And it's really all about that, isn't it? The women I serve are high-achieving corporates or visionary movement makers or entrepreneurs on a mission to really make a difference. And the idea really is to support these women, my clients, so that they can find unique strategies for making a huge impact, because high achievers always want to have that high impact, as you can imagine, but without the strain and the struggle, which is absolutely unnecessary, and then leads them actually to burn out and fizzle out before they can really make that difference in the world. Those are the women I serve.
And it's great because you've got that experience and you've walked the walk and talked the talk. And it's a great satisfaction you must get from helping others to overcome those obstacles that you have faced, Bolutiwi. Tell us a little bit about the ha-ha moment that led to the launch of your business.
I love that question, Mark. So, Mark, I'm going to be honest with you. There wasn't any ground-shaking, lightning in the sky moment for me. What there was, though, were promptings of my soul. Several times during my 14-year corporate career, I would get this burning desire to do something which I, in my head, called more meaningful. And it happened again and again and again. What then happened when I decided to leave corporate life in 2016 was after 3 years of working and pouring my heart and soul into my zone and transforming it so much that competitors were asking, oh my goodness, who is on the zone? And, she's doing a marvelous job. I was very casually told by my managers, thank you so much for your fabulous work, but we'd like you now to go back to Paris, the head office. And that might seem fine, but I just didn't appreciate the fact that I wasn't included in that conversation. And I thought to myself, I believe that everyone should decide their destiny. And
Yes.
in any case, this is becoming painfully small for me. So I'm going to step out and I am going to work with high achieving women so that they can always be captains of their ship, if you see what I mean, in control of where they decide they want to go, and to do so on their terms, being absolutely authentic regarding what's important, not what's important for everybody else. Do you see what I mean, Mark?
I relate to what you have said so much. I mean, going back 5 years ago, I was my own boss as a freelance hairdresser. It just wasn't my passion anymore. And I always had that burning, just like you had, Bolutiwi. I want to do something. I want to make an impact. And you do have to be brave, but that is your soul telling you that you have a higher purpose. But so many people are scared to take action, Bolutiwi, and they're in jobs that they don't want to be in and living a life that they're not completely happy with. So it's a brave decision when you follow your dreams, and it's a hard journey at times. It's not easy going from one thing to another, especially like I did, because I had no skills in social media entrepreneurship. I just had the desire, a big dream, and I just jumped in feet first. But you can learn the skills as you go. But you should always follow your purpose and listen to those little nudges from your soul, because you can create any new reality that you want to create, and you can serve and help so many people. But it's a brave decision. Do you relate to that, Bolutiwi?
I relate to it. You're speaking my language. You're telling my story, Mark.
I'm glad we're on the same page. You go.
I was simply going to say that you were so right. And just to say one thing is that when I left that corporate job, which was just, I was getting paid a lot, it was perfect, etc., many people thought I was absolutely crazy. Others thought, like you said, I was brave. And to be very honest, to anybody who's listening to this, who's hesitating, I thank my stars every day that I left, that I wasn't, became so uncomfortable that I chose to leave, because burning out is basically you're going through the motions, but your soul has departed.
Yes.
And if I had continued, I'm not, I just don't know. I fear to think what would have happened. In any case, so glad I allowed my essence magnify, and I'm following my purpose. And it's such a joyous life. It's so different.
I do relate to that on so many levels. When I made my decision to follow my passion and purpose, sometimes your family don't support you because they're worried that you're leaving a paid job or a career that you have studied hard for. So sometimes you don't get support from your family. You even lose some of your close friends when they see you doing something different. It may scare them a little bit that you're following your dreams and passions. I don't know what it is, but sometimes you do have to be really brave and step out on your own a little bit, and some people you will lose on that journey as well. I do relate to your journey so much, Bolutiwi. What really motivates you to jump out of bed every single morning?
Mark, so when you're walking your purpose, when you're living it, life becomes so different. But I would say this: when I witness, when I feel a woman shifting into the clarity, shifting into her light, shifting into her truth, there is a certain joy that bubbles up in me just to be witnessing that. And I like to say this: some people talk about empowering others. It's not something I believe in. I believe that for the work we do, we simply create a space for people to empower themselves. And when I see women just get that powerful shift as a result of our interaction and then go and empower themselves, oh my goodness. Oh, what a joy is what I would say. That's
definitely. It's so satisfying when you are serving others and definitely helping them to step into their own brilliance. There's nothing more rewarding and a great reason to get out of bed every single day. What sets your business apart and what unique need are you filling for your clients?
That's a really good question, Mark. I would say this. What sets my business apart, what sets Magniessence apart, is what I would call integrated solutions. So you would agree with me that you're not only mental or only physical, but only emotional or only spiritual. And some people, and I've been to several people, done a lot of work on myself, would only work on one of these aspects. What I created Magniessence is I work with magnificent people, other international experts, and together we support women mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And so when a woman is being supported at all those levels, it creates, first of all, much more powerful shifts, and secondly, much more sustainable shifts. And high achievers, if they're going to do anything, want to do it well. So when they work on themselves, they really want to go all the way. And that's what I provide: integrated solutions that have amplified results. That's my unique.
And why do you feel your service is especially important in today's modern world, Bolutiwi?
Wow. Mark, as you can imagine, we live in very interesting times, and there's a lot of uncertainty out there. There is a lot that's being demanded of women.
Yes.
There's a lot that we find difficult to grapple with. And I truly believe that with all the information and ideas we're getting from outside of ourselves, the true place that we need to turn into, our true north, needs to be our essence, our internal heartbeat, right? And many, many high achieving women have forgotten this heartbeat. And I'm speaking for myself here. I had disconnected from myself, which is a painful place to be, because when you disconnect from yourself, Mark, you'd agree that you also disconnect from others.
Yes.
So you're isolated. And if there's another thing we need in this world, apart from certainty, is connection.
Yes.
Right? And we also know that if you're going to do anything and you're going to do it to a very high level, no matter how brilliant you are, you need others. So you need to collaborate, correct? So,
yes.
I would say, Mark, that why my services are absolutely essential is that I help women reconnect with themselves, so reconnect with their essence. I help women magnify that essence. So that certainty of I am worthy, I have something to say, I am of value is something they begin to embody. And I help women reveal their magnificence, which means contribute, that impact aspect of it. And to do that, you will collaborate. And the more you are in tune with yourself and the more you are certain of your value, the easier it is to also value others and raise them up, right? So in a nutshell, I could go on for hours, as you can imagine. But in a nutshell, I would say why that my services are essential right now.
Oh, totally. I definitely agree with you. Connection, collaboration is so high on my values as well. Togetherness. You just shared so many golden nuggets of why your service is so important, Bolutiwi. Now, I would just like you to just share a few more detail on the kind of services and products you offer.
So, the first thing I would like to say is that one thing I realized as a high achiever was that it was very important, not to succeed, but to succeed basically not only by myself, but harnessing the power of a group. And this is something I discovered after I left the corporate world. So one of the things I provide is a community. It's a community called Dazzle without the frazzle. It's on Facebook. And I want every high achiever woman to tune into this. There's science that shows, and I'm using geese here, that when geese fly together in formation, they fly 70% higher and further than when they're alone.
Oh, that is a great.
Yes. So that's one thing I provide, a community where we can all heal and grow together. We all heal and grow faster. And second of all, I have a masterclass called Dazzle Without the Frazzle. It's a 4-hour workshop, and basically the feedback I got from the ones I've done so far have been very heartwarming, is what I would say. And lastly, what I'm doing right now is a program called Dazzle, Shine Bright Without Burning Out. And that's a 3-month program where basically a woman is able to really tune into herself and with a group of other women go from burning out to shining bright.
Now, Bolutiwi, I know you have all sorts of client success stories. I just would like you to pick out one that stands out to you.
That's a tough question, Mark. So, Mark, I would say there's one that comes to mind. She came to me absolutely frustrated, angry at so many levels, resentful. She was in a relationship that was stifling her. Her career was in a rut, and her finances were absolutely not where they needed to be. They were actually a cause of stress to her. And then what happened was, after just a few sessions, she shifted so powerfully that over the next few months, she not only was offered a job that doubled her salary, which was really good for her, she also found her dream apartment. And then she was able to leave a marriage which was stifling her instead of enhancing her, and also find another more fulfilling relationship.
I just love a success story, and that is so rewarding to you, seeing these kind of results with your clients. Bolutiwi, you are part of a book project that I am actually a part of as well, The Law of Brand Attraction 2. The foreword is Dr. John D. Martini, who I am a big fan of, who I've been fortunate to interview and do media coverage for. It's the mind behind this book is Sammy Blindell, and there are 27 or 28 co-authors. I'm one, you're one. Tell us a little bit about your chapter in the book, please.
Mark, that was a beautiful collaboration, and my chapter in the book is called Ego to Essence, The Rise of a Phoenix. And it basically is a chapter about the fact that we may crash and burn, we may be hurt and betrayed, but in the end, we all can rise. And when we tune into that indestructible essence that we all have within, we're absolutely unstoppable, irrespective of the challenges that we may be facing or may have faced. So that's what my chapter is about.
I would encourage everyone to go out and get a copy of The Law of Brand Attraction 2. There is bound to be one co-author, two co-authors, all of the authors. You will definitely be able to get valuable business advice, how to move forwards in business and in life. Go to thelawofbrandattraction.com. Bolutiwi, I have really enjoyed having a conversation with you today. Is there anything we did not cover that you would like to share?
I'd simply like to remind all the lovely ladies out there to dazzle without the frazzle.
What a great way to close the show. Dazzle without the frazzle. We all want to dazzle, but none of us want to frazzle. And we've all been there. Bolutiwi, can you share with our audience how they can connect with you, the best way for them to reach out?
Oh, thank you, Mark. So there are two ways. The first way is contactb.me, contactb.me. And the other way is if you just go on Facebook and type in Dazzle Without the Frazzle and ask to join the group, you would be able to connect with me there as well.
Bolutiwi, thank you so much for being my guest today. I've really enjoyed having a conversation with you.
Mark, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very, very much.
You have been listening to the Brilliance Business Show, conversations with leading experts in business.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.